Yeah, my hair's wet because I just got out of the shower. I've been smoking on that West Virginia sticky couch co-op, and it's got me feeling like making fun of some more Pokemon scalpers. This has become a pretty embarrassing epidemic, with grown men fighting each other over Pokemon cards. A month ago, I was covering the Pokemon brawls that were breaking out across the country when Costco made the fatal decision to start stocking Pokemon products. God rest all the souls we lost on that day. Many a brave warrior were sent straight to Valhalla fighting to get their grubby paws on Pokemon boxes. That was always going to end one way: death. Costco and Pokemon together, that's just gonna be catastrophic 100% of the time. That's like a nitroglycerin plant announcing they're gonna start selling fireworks. Anyway, it's not like the scalpers have been hibernating or anything. They've just been fighting in different locations without as much footage surfacing until today. I saw a goofy little fight break out at a Pokemon vending machine. Now, I've never seen one of these in the wild, but these are Pokemon vending machines where you can buy product out of it. And typically they're empty because scalpers come through like the Grinch and buy up the entire inventory and sell it online for a markup. That's how they live their life. Actually taking candy from babies for a $10 profit. It's fucking sickening. So in this video, these are apparently two known scalpers in the Bay Area that start duking it out at 10 a.m. off of a fresh restock. Now, speaking of fresh, if you want to start smelling better, if you don't want to be as stinky as these losers in the videos we're about to watch, then you need to start using Cheeky Soap. We actually just came out with two new scents: Absolute Cinnamon and Spope. Spope is spa soap, so we just combined the two words together. So this is like a eucalyptus scent. This one's obviously cinnamon. They're available now. Go to usecheeky.com right now. Now, I can't play the audio because it's just DMCA music. So the person who uploaded this is the guy currently at the vending machine and is now getting boxed out by the Eagles hoodie gentleman. So Humpty Dumpty here with that NBA caliber box out, he's throwing that ass back on the guy who uploaded this. And I love this pose right here. This is that Spider-Man 2 stopping the train moment. Man is fucking, it looks like he's protecting the president, like he's about to like take bullets for the guy here, the way that he stretches out like that. I'll play the rest in a moment, but they're bumping and grinding at the Pokemon vending machine. And the guy decided not to keep the original audio in and elected to put a song there instead. I think that's a really weird decision, and I think the reason he would do that is because the Eagles hoodie guy was probably confronting him about scalping. That's, like, based on what I've been reading as well, that seems likely because that guy is apparently a known scalper who actually camps restocks of these fucking Pokemon vending machines, and it stands to reason that if Eagles hoodie guy was calling him out on that, you know, boo, boo, this guy stinks, he's buying every Pokemon box, this sucks. Well, he obviously wouldn't want to leave that in for the video because then nobody would be on his side. And if, like, you can see him at the Pokemon vending machine, he looks like he's about to place an order when the video starts, and then Kevin James from Hitch comes in here getting him with that fucking wobble swag, throwing that ass in a circle on him, getting him out of the way. So, if he just came in there out of nowhere to like kick him off the machine so he could hog it all to himself, I imagine he would have left the audio in because it was so unreasonable and so unexpected. That's just my working game theory. I saw a couple Facebook group posts as well as a couple Reddit posts saying they recognize this guy from their local Pokemon vending machines around the Bay Area, and basically doing the same thing where he'd be there right when it restocked and grab a ton of product from it. Now, I also saw that the guy who boxed him out has a lot of people who apparently recognize him as well. He's not some virtuous hero, you know. Ass Ketchum is not using those cheeks for good. Apparently, he too cruises these Pokemon vending machines, buying up a ton of product from it. So it does seem like the original caption of two known scalpers, you know, fighting at 10 a.m. is accurate based on everything I've read from the Bay Area Pokemon community, as well as some of the other people that have talked about this. Anyway, though, back to the action. You can see he is still in a wide power stance saying, "You shall not pass." And he's instigating this scuffle, by the way, yet he's leaving himself totally undefended. He could have caught the meanest knuckle sandwich of 2025. That move would have been super effective. It would have had him blasting off like Team Rocket. Anyway, though, the action's winding down in the fourth quarter and they go their separate ways. That was pretty awesome. That right there is what Pokemon's all about. At least in the modern day and age. There are so many fights for Pokemon cards. It is unbelievable. But yeah, like I said, these Pokemon vending machines are apparently a hotspot for scalpers. So, one thing that's been kind of popular is people will go there and just start filming and shaming some of the scalpers, and I really appreciate that. I think they're doing a very strong public service by filming these shameless fucking degenerate losers who go there buying tons and tons of product and then going online to sell it for a markup to kids or parents looking to buy something for their kids. Now, I also have said this before, and a lot of people disagree with me, but fuck you, I'm right. I think Pokemon has become less for kids and more for people like this. Adults that view it as a money-making conduit. So they'll see things like the Pokemon Oreo collab, right? And they'll go and buy tons of Pokemon Oreos hoping to get like the Mew one and sell it on eBay for $100. So I feel like most Pokemon products never even really get into the hands of kids predominantly. It is mainly in the hands of adults, like greedy assholes, that are buying it to try and make money off of it. That's kind of what the entire hobby of Pokemon seems to be becoming. Of course, I'm sure there's data to prove me wrong, but I'm going to plug my ears to that. Fuck you. The data can suck my dick. I think my feeling is more accurate here for this. Because every time there's a Pokemon set, a Pokemon collab, a Pokemon fucking fart somewhere out there, you will have hundreds, thousands of grown-ass dudes going out there to try and make money off scalping it. So it sucks. It super sucks. Anyway, let me show you some scalpers real quick so we can make fun of more of them.
Don't be this fucking guy right here, look. Don't be these two assholes taking all this shit right there. But we're all waiting in the fucking line to make fucking $20.
Now, I think it's worth mentioning that Pokemon themselves are aware of the scalping problem, so recently they implemented some new policies to these machines, one of them being anti-loitering and a couple other things meant to combat this. It's not working. Hey, sorry to hit you with the cold water, it is not working. I also heard there were like purchase limits in place, but that doesn't work either because you can just make like maximum purchase limit and then just stay at the machine and then do maximum purchase limit again. So the protocol aren't stopping the scalping problem. I don't know exactly what they can do for these vending machines to stop it. I mean, maybe you hire the Pinkertons and each vending machine comes with its own armed security guard to ensure no scalpers get to ransack it. I really don't know. But at least they're aware of the issue. Maybe they can do something about it down the line that I'm not smart enough to think of, but I truly don't know. Scalpers are a huge issue across the board. They are a scourge on the entire planet, not just to Pokemon. But in Pokemon, I'd say scalpers are some of the worst and most pathetic I've seen.
Here we go again. Cleaning out the machine once again. Every single time I see this guy at the machine is getting cleared out. He doesn't care if it's singles, bundles, ETBs, he's just clearing everything out.
They know how scummy it is too. You can see in all of these like confronting scalper videos, they like get really shy and try and like hide away. Like this guy's just blatantly trying to hide his face. The other two guys, they looked like they were on the verge of tears. Like they know that it's shitty, but they don't care. That little $20 they can make online, that makes it all worth it. They're hustling right now. They're on the grind. I've probably been yapping about this for too long now anyway, so I'll just stop it there. But yeah, Pokemon scalping still super sucks. Really shameful shit. That's really about it. So yeah. I imagine a lot of you are tired of hearing me whine about insomnia in the intro of some of my videos recently, lamenting my lack of sleep. Well, that's too bad, Buster. And dagnabbit, I haven't slept again, in case you couldn't quite tell. And you know what? I don't feel like turning that light on over there, so you're getting the scary campfire lighting right now that makes me look like a character out of Fear and Hunger. So deal with it. I feel like SpongeBob when he got the goddamn suds. I'm tired, but I can't sleep. Been tossing and turning, laying around, not able to catch any Z's. So I decided to go to the old tried and true method of getting a wonderful lullaby together to help me fall asleep peacefully, making fun of Pokemon scalpers.
Get away from me!
Hey yo, you are.
Get away from me! Stay behind me! Get away from me, dude!
Hey, you're putting your hands
Don't
on
call
me.
the cops!
You're
You're
putting
behind
your hands on me for assault.
No,
You're
sir.
assaulting somebody right now.
Away from
You're
me!
assaulting me.
If you see a Pokemon card vending machine, just know you entered a PvP zone. They're like the most hostile places on Earth. Anytime there's a Pokemon card vending machine with multiple people around it, you know shit's about to pop off. Now, it usually doesn't result in like a full-blown fight with haymakers being thrown or anything. Typically what you get is what you saw right there, where it's a lot of like boxing out, like he's about to try and get a rebound, while desperately trying to swipe for more Pokemon card product from the machine, as someone's trying to get around him to take control of the device themselves. It's a lot of bumping and grinding, but make no mistake, this is only elevating in frequency and aggression, and I imagine it won't be long now before we see our first fatality at a Pokemon card vending machine as people fight over these products so they can scalp them online for a $2 profit.
You're over here putting your hands on me.
Get away from me!
Yo! You're over here assaulting me, bro.
Now it's starting to get a little scrappy. The guy in the glasses got a little feisty there. He like went over top of him, and I thought he was going to give him a fucking titty twister right there, just start tweaking on his nipples the way he like wrapped around him like a fucking jetpack. But this guy's defense is good. He definitely knows some BJJ or something right now. He's doing a great job trying to getting out of the full mount, and he is still maintaining control of the Pokemon card vending machine.
Get away from me!
You're
Get away from
assaulting
me!
me. You're putting your hands on me.
Look, get away from me!
Brother. Really funny.
An unstoppable object meeting an immovable force. It's inspiring. The guy in the beanie is just refusing to budge. And I gotta tell you, the tactics from the glasses guy are confusing. This technique is clearly not working. He's going for like a, I don't know, like chest bump him out of the vicinity type deal. But the other guy's just, you know, getting him with some shoves. He's hitting him almost like with the E-Honda moves from Street Fighter at times here. Yet this guy does not give up. He still keeps trying to like swoop in there. Now, Pokemon card vending machines have a glitch in them right now that a lot of scalpers are exploiting for their own financial gain, where Pokemon card vending machines have a limit where a customer can't just buy out the whole machine and leave everyone with their fucking dick in their hand. But these fucking worms, these degenerate dweeb dork losers, have found a way around those limits by doing like basically a frame perfect speedrun trick. As I understand it, if they swipe their card while in between screens on the Pokemon card vending machine, they can still add product to their cart even though they're past their purchase limit, even if it says sold out. So that's how a lot of them are glitching the machine. The guy in the yellow beanie here, I don't think is actually trying to glitch it. At least it doesn't seem like it to me, compared to the other videos of people that are blatantly glitching it and proudly talking about how they're glitching it. I don't think he was one of those people. But I think the guy who's desperately trying to get in there probably was. I think he was probably going to do that, and he was upset that he wasn't there first, so that way he could take all the inventory. That's my hunch, at least.
You're bleeding. You're over here. Oh, you already got stuff, bruh. Let people go.
I'm in line.
You already got stuff.
You better get away from me.
You already got stuff, bruh. It's crazy.
Now, of course, it is entirely possible he is attempting to glitch the machine, and that's the reason why this guy is so desperately trying to get in there, because he knows once he, goes fucking turbo mode here with the glitch activated, then he won't be able to get any product for himself. That's also equally possible, but I'm going to show you some footage of someone who did glitch the machine, and it just looks different than how he's doing it. But before that, I want to show you someone trying to glitch the machine the old-fashioned way, the way our forefathers used to scalp Pokemon products and ruin this hobby for children.
Get out from behind there now.
Okay, I'll get
No, now. Okay.
He's got the spirit, but he doesn't have the brain power for it. The body is willing, but the mind lacks the neurons to pull off the glitch. So he said, to hell with it. I'm gonna do it my way. So he crawls behind the machine to unplug it, I think in an effort to reset his limits, but then he got stuck. So one of the employees is over there just trying to bargain with him to get the fuck out from behind the machine, but he is firmly lodged in there. I wish I could find a longer video of this, because I have no doubt he probably got filmed by a couple of people, because he is now like a turtle on its shell. Like, he can't get out from the machine. He is now just fucking stuck there.
Look at this dude. Glitching out the machine like a loser. So kids can't get it. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know it's actually illegal to tamper with vending machines. I will. I will.
So this is someone who does appear to be glitching the machine. You can see he's adding products that's labeled sold out into his cart, which is a result of glitching it. As I understand it, sometimes it'll say sold out to a customer in order to prevent them from adding more product past their limit. But it's not actually sold out per se, like there is still more product there, but it's the Pokemon card vending machine's way of trying to fight back against these fucking parasites. So they just say that it's sold out, but even that's not enough to stop them. So this guy is apparently glitching it out. And this guy is now just insulting him to his face, and he mentions that tampering with vending machines is illegal, that it's a crime, which I'd never heard of before. And I looked it up, and I guess, yeah, it does seem to be true. I don't know if anyone's going to get arrested for this, but that would be fucking amazing. If the Pokemon company worked with law enforcement to have everyone who's been caught glitching their machines fucking thrown in jail. Can you even imagine? Holy shit. That would actually probably cure my insomnia on the spot if I heard about that happening. That'd be incredible. I feel like anyone would be able to sleep peaceful knowing scalpers are out there miserable. That'd be great. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. This fucking hobby is truly a cesspool. Like, I know I cover a lot of Pokemon scalper shit and a lot of Pokemon armed robberies that seem to be happening a lot now. And I can't help it. It's just out of control, and I gotta yap about it. This shit is fucking disgusting.
Hell
These guys are the guys glitching it, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I know who you guys are. You're the Tui boys. I know it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's alright. Just goes to Penguinz0. They already started one on you guys up north.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm enjoying this Red Bull.
You enjoy
Having
it.
a good day.
Oh, the way he's nursing that Red Bull there, just sipping it like he's at his first fucking college frat party with a PBR in his hands and unable to figure out how to socialize. So all he does is try and like put his hand in his pocket and drink from the fucking can. Just to try and make it seem like he's not bothered by this, even though he clearly is. So a big thing that's been happening is people glitching the machines. And when people glitch them, they immediately get filmed and shamed, it seems. Even among scalpers, that's apparently a big no-no. So now, all of these losers that are glitching the machines are being filmed by, in a lot of cases, other scalpers who are pointing and laughing at them. So now there's, in the world of Pokemon scalpers, there is people even scalpers look down on. And it's these Pokemon card vending machine glitchers. It's pandemonium out there. There are so many videos of people just going up and insulting individuals or even groups sometimes that are glitching these vending machines. It's a ton. But I don't think I need to show you all of them here. They're popping up every single day, and multiple times a day. So anyway, I just wanted to make fun of some Pokemon scalpers again. That's really about it. So yeah. Pokemon scalpers are inventing a new, even more degenerate and diabolical meta for scamming and stealing Pokemon cards, using children for it. Well, involving children in the scam. 2 days ago I made that video about the whatnot seller who was resealing Pokemon packs and selling them, but using his son as the one on stream to open the packs for the buyers and just drumming it up as like a family business. This is so hype. Look at my son. He's ripping Pokemon packs. We're so proud. This is amazing. Whoops. Turns out we repackaged all of them to give you trash for a huge markup. Sorry, you caught us. He literally even like admits to being caught on the live stream. And now I just saw another video about a couple that was stealing Pokemon cards from Target using their 1-year-old as like the method. So they brought their 1-year-old son to Target so that way they could unlock the Stroller tech from the passive tree here. So they had their child in the stroller and were pushing him around and then would take Pokemon product and conceal it in the stroller to steal it. Now, the title of the video says that they left the child in the car while they went in there and stole, but I don't think that's exactly the case. I haven't found too much information beyond the body cam about what exactly happened. My understanding with the way it's described is that they had the child in the store using him for crime, basically, not them leaving him in the car. But either could be true and both are bad. The kid thought he was going on a fun adventure with mommy and daddy, but he was actually involved in their little crime escapades here. An unwilling accomplice. He had no clue.
So, pick that time to steal Pokemon cards, man.
Yeah. Just so we have an understanding, she had nothing.
She was right there with you when you concealed it.
It is totally me, man. Totally me, 100% me.
You guys put the Pokemon cards into the...
Yeah, I will give them back, of course. This 100% my responsibility, sir.
A pretty admirable attempt here from the guy to just fall on the sword. No, she's totally innocent. It was all my galaxy brain scheme. It was all my nefarious plot here. She had no clue what was going on. It was all me. So he's trying to, isolate her from this so that way she doesn't get in trouble. And then he also generously says he's willing to give the cards back. That's very sweet of you.
Seriously, honest to God, I am short on my rent, and they are very valuable. And I was hoping to pull something in order to make up the money I'm short on my rent.
Where are the cards in the car?
Yeah.
I know, where are they in the car?
In the back seat.
And by the way, you can't say she had nothing to do with it when that's all you guys came in here for. And you concealed it right next to her. Just so you're aware of that.
His hero plan, unfortunately, falls a bit short because they have surveillance camera footage and they can clearly see she was directly involved in this plan and acted to help conceal it and work to get the Pokemon cards out of there. So it kind of ultimately ended up looking like that scene from Kong Skull Island where that guy pops 2 grenades to sacrifice himself to kill the monster, but the monster just hits him with the tail and he gets flown into a fucking wall and blows up. It didn't work, is the point.
Say, I don't know if it would make a difference. Is there any way we could pay for it?
This isn't an apology type of thing. You've already done it. You know what I mean? There's no way to just suddenly, hey, we're going to pay for everything because we got caught by the police.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you also stole stuff with the baby.
Yeah, but...
that doesn't matter.
I have the money for it. I can pay
but
it.
as I just told him, that's not how this works. You don't get to suddenly want to pay for things after you get caught by the police.
Fourth quarter, back up against the wall, throwing out the Hail Mary. They try to, pay for it after the fact. That didn't fly either. So they are both facing not just like the small-time theft. The officers also threw out the possibility of pursuing child endangerment against them because they involved their child in this crime, which they argue puts them in a path of danger. Should Gary Oak roll up and start airing the place out, trying to stop him from stealing the Pokemon cards, the kid is now in harm's way. Basically, they brought the kid for the sole purpose of executing this crime. Now again, the title says that the child was left in the car, but all of the information in the video seems to indicate that the kid was present. Also, if the kid wasn't in the stroller in the first place, there would be no point to bringing the baby anyway. So that wouldn't even make sense unless they had like a decoy, like they had like a baby doll in the stroller. But then again, why would they bring like the actual flesh and blood human being there? So I have to imagine that they did actually bring him in the store to do this. Though if they did leave him in the car, that is also equally dangerous. You do not leave a child in a hot car. That, everyone should know that. This happened in Florida. You especially don't do it in Florida. If they did leave him in the car, who knows how long they were in the store for. That is extremely unfair and irresponsible to the kid if he was left unattended in that car. But I'm leaning towards the idea that they brought him in the store to do this. Worth mentioning, I haven't slept in over 28 hours. There is a good chance that maybe I'm just completely wrong there. I just thought I'd put that on the record. But either way, still not good. Regardless, stealing Pokemon cards by using your baby to help you accomplish it is fucking unhinged. This is so avoidable. Like, ruining your life just to get your hands on some Pokemon merchandise to flip because you're a scalper is just so low. It is shameless to involve your child in it as well.
Give me a quick test.
Thank you. I'll go get the press one.
We got child endangerment on both of them.
For what?
They had their... How old is your child? A year-old, then they used a stroller as cover for it. Decent human, you literally put your 1-year-old child in danger.
How is that?
You cannot do a crime and then nothing happens because you have a kid.
It is happening. I'm going
You
to
use
jail.
the stroller as a ways of concealing the
And I'm
merchandise.
getting arrested.
And so is she. I need you to call your dad and come pick him up.
The other officers didn't seem super on board with his evaluation here about child endangerment, so I don't know if that stuck or anything, but this was him explaining it to them. Regardless of what charges were ultimately, brought against them, this was just so fucking avoidable. Like, stealing Pokemon cards from Target by using your baby and its stroller to conceal them is just, like, how can you sink so low? They say that they were short on rent, so the plan was to steal these Pokemon products, open them, hoping for a big hit, fingers crossed, praying for a big hit, so they could sell it to nearby game shops. That is like, in the world of scalping, that is even stupider than most scalpers. Why would you open the product? Just sell the product itself in that case. You are not going to hit, most likely. You are not going to make more money buying the product, opening it, praying for, like, the big hit that'll grade it like a fucking PSA 10. Like, it's not, like, that is a pipe dream.
Are you guys going to other stores and doing this?
No, sir.
So how do you guys have so many Pokemon cards?
No, I've been collecting for years.
That's what I'm saying, but these are all new cards, man. They're all, like, fresh out of the pack.
Yeah, the ones that I have?
The ones that are in there, yeah.
Yeah, those are, if you see the sleeves in there, they're all sleeved up, well taken care of, fresh out of my binder. We were taking them to the game store, Prodigy.
Okay, cool. Alright, be right back with you.
He apparently had a lot of Pokemon cards that he claims he had been collecting for years. The officer notes that they seem pretty fresh and new, so it's probably not like years old cards or anything. It seems like it is some pretty brand spanking new puppies in there that he is saying that he was going to go sell to not GameStops, the game stores. Well, maybe GameStop. I'm pretty sure they take Pokemon cards. They fucking grade them there now. They have like a wizard on standby who's just like, yeah, it's probably like a 9 or a 10 maybe. I have no idea how it works. Not important regardless. His plan was to take these hits, sell them, and then pay rent, is what he said the goal was. Of course, no way of knowing if that's true or if he is just someone who is a scalper who turns around and sells it because it's hot right now and people make money doing it. I have no idea if the story about the rent is true or not. They then searched his car and found some other stuff, like a marijuana cigarette or something, and he got in trouble for that as well. Big mess, all of which entirely avoidable if he didn't try and steal Pokemon cards from Target using a baby and his stroller to try and smuggle the Pokemon sacred cards out of the store with. Just super crazy, the state of Pokemon cards right now. It's unbelievable. That's about it, see ya. Call me Charlotte the way this web's been speaking to me. I cannot quit watching Pokemon TCG degeneracy videos. The community is in an absolutely deplorable state right now, and I am addicted to it. I am mainlining these videos. They are endlessly entertaining. Just watching the greasiest, goofiest, geekiest losers try and squeeze a couple of nickels out of children's lunch money by scamming, scalping, whatever low business practices they can think of for Pokemon cards. And a lot of times, they're not even actually scamming kids, they're scamming each other. Like, scalpers are just perpetually fighting each other. It's pandemonium out there, and every time a Pokemon vending machine gets restocked, you can bet your sweet bippy there are going to be corpses lining that sidewalk, fucking slit throats out the wazoo. But not everyone in the community is a scammer, obviously. And not everyone on Whatnot, the platform we talked about a week or so ago, where people go there, they host their own auctions and sell cards and shit like that. Not everyone is on there scamming. There is a lot of them there, but not everyone. But today, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm not going over a blatant scam. I'm going over a pathetic crash out. I don't know if this channel scams or anything. I don't know anything about them other than their incredible crash outs that they frequently do on the platform publicly in front of their audience.
What do we do? What do we do? Tell me, what do we do?
Stop doing this.
Tell me, what do we do?
Tell them to lock it in. We're
Tell them, what do we do?
We're talking.
I know, but what do we do? If I run anything, I lose money, Snowmy. How do I fucking do this?
Put an expensive pack on there.
Bro, okay, tell me so I can go get fucking $4 on a Stellar Crown?
Chat.
Because they don't want Stellar Crown?
Lock in. You guys trying to lock in?
No, don't. Like,
51 Japanese?
Dude.
That's just so sad. Just out here groveling. Like, come on, guys, let's lock in. Look, he's losing money. What are you guys doing? We gotta lock in. We have to support this guy. He's working real hard for you. Look at all the blood, sweat, and tears he puts into gathering those Pokemon card packs. You know how difficult it is to scalp Pokemon packs? Like, guys, we have to reward this. Can we get the bids going? Can we get some fucking bids in here? Chat, anybody?
Nah, guys, remember when we had 18,000 people on TikTok and nobody was hating? It's fucking hilarious. It's actually crazy how when I have 60 people, you guys hate me. Crazy, bro. Insane. Like, so funny, bro. This app is so toxic, bro. So fucking toxic, bro.
And you sound like a real ray of sunshine there, big guy. I've actually tuned into one of his auctions before just to see if I could catch a crash out live, like a little shiny Pokemon nugget for me to enjoy. But I didn't get blessed with that. Instead, I had him in like a fugue state after a lobotomy or something. So I didn't get to witness one live. But basically, he's all heated and bent out of shape. His butt's all sore because he's talking about how on TikTok with 18,000 people watching him, there was no one criticizing him. But on Whatnot, he only has 60 people that are in the chat bidding here, like participating, and they're giving him some shit. Well, far be it for me to question the master here, but on TikTok, those aren't real viewers. Those numbers mean nothing. You could have 18,000 people there, and there's probably only like 4 people chatting, I would imagine. Those are people there just like idly scrolling and they somehow landed on you. That is the worst metric to gauge anything by ever. The reason no one was insulting you there and shooting spitballs is because they weren't even looking at you. They weren't even watching the stream. That 18,000 number, you can just throw that in the trash. The 60 people here are active, and they weren't liking this.
Comment about saving $2, bro. You need to save $2, bro? Holy shit. Wrong hobby. Wrong hobby, bro. No wonder you're on here for free packs. Holy shit. I'm gonna lose my mind over this shit, chat. The fact that I can't run like what I want to run right now is crazy. Because you guys don't fuck with it. It's insane. 151 Prismatic, T-Fest, everything. Crazy, bro.
Imagine saying that without an iota of shame. You want to save $2? Wrong hobby. This is a man's hobby. This is Pokemon. You know how many men I've had to jerk off in the public bathrooms near the glory holes in order to secure some fucking prismatic evolution packs? You haven't struggled like I've struggled. Dude's out here talking wacky like he's the Tony Soprano of Pokemon ripping and shipping. It's so cringe, man. Look in the mirror. You are ripping Pokemon packs on Whatnot. And he's gonna have this kind of fucking stink about someone who's rightfully trying to save some money on this hobby. Which is pretty much impossible because of fucking losers like this guy dominating it by controlling all of the supply. So then people are getting desperate enough to go on Whatnot for streams like this and bid on packs that have a very good chance of being tampered with in the first place, by the way. There are so many scammers on there, so much resealing, so much weighing, so much dog shit.
You guys understand that? If I charge 19, I get back 17. I make $2, and that is literally this transparency that you guys deserve. You know what I mean? When I sell it for 9, and I paid the 15, and then I get back 7, I lose $7.50. Brian, I don't need to lie, bro. I do this fucking every night, little boy. Okay? I don't need to lie. Do this every night. Why would I bitch if I got it anything lower? And why would I put my right hand to God? Just fucking think for a second, little boys.
He says that to people a lot, calling them little boys. The way he says that is just like skin crawling. It's so fucking peculiar. But I mean, checkmate, why would he put his right hand to God? He's got you there, he put you in the scholar's mate position there. He's telling the truth, clearly. We have to take him at his word. He seems like a trustworthy enough guy. He seems, you know, sane. No screws loose there in that noodle.
You ain't even got money to swipe. Shut up. Like, fuck. You ain't got no money. You ain't even got money. Let's go.
The way he said that sounded almost identical to Wes Watson if he was hitting puberty. Like, that was the exact same inflection and everything there. And the same exact attitude as well. Something I find fascinating, though, is some of the comments in the chat saying he has no reason to lie, or just calling anyone that's talking about him negatively a hater, as opposed to, like, talking about, like, the criticism or whatever. I find that so interesting. He has every reason in the world to lie. What do you mean he has no reason to? Wait, you expect him to be like, yeah, I actually make like $10 off of you goobers every single night on every single pack that I sell. You overpay for everything I put in your face. All of you are overpaying. You are my little pay piggies. You are Play-Doh in the palm of my hands, and I work you for my financial gain. You think he's just going to say that? No. He's obviously going to try and make it seem like he's doing you a favor, like, look, I'm such a martyr. I'm such a noble, good guy. I'm trying to give Pokemon power to the people here. I'm losing this money on these packs at this price. But I do it for the love of the game. It's just mind-boggling to me that someone with a straight face would actually type that he has no reason to lie. That is, like, delusional to a disgusting degree. Now, I'm not saying he is lying. Maybe he is telling the truth. I have no way of knowing. But he has every incentive in the world to be dishonest with his pricing here and what he takes home on what price and this and that.
Whitewash. I'm not. And that's the reason that the market is 20 or more for these packs. You know what it does is distribution says, who has more money? That's it. Who has more money? We bid on these cases because that's how you get allocated 10, 20, 30 cases a week. I've been doing this for 5 years. 4 years and like 8 months or whatever the fuck it is. November, it's 5 years. So you guys are not going to tell me, oh, like you sound like literally a little child in my chat.
You've been doing this for almost 5 years, but from the sound of things, you're always losing money on it? Sounds like you're pretty shit at it. Or the business itself of Pokemon scalping isn't a great business in the first place. But perhaps that's just a take from someone on the crack pipe. Who could possibly besmirch the good name of Pokemon scalping? No, that surely can't be the problem.
Need new distro? I live in Los Angeles, big dog. If you think you're a heavy hitter, go ahead and supply me with a better distro then. How about that? I live in Los Angeles, my boy. You know there's people that got millions and millions and millions of dollars to weekly re-up, right? These dudes go restock millions and millions of dollars. $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million a week, okay? Now, I'm in a 6-figure club, but I'm not sitting there doing millions of dollars up, so I can't negotiate those prices like that, chat. I have literally been doing this for 4 years. That's why it's so frustrating when you guys say like random shit like, hit me up, bro. Hit me up like you're some fucking saint, like you're going to be able to do it better.
This part I found pretty interesting because the guy that he's rimming out right now wasn't even like being mean or criticizing him. He just said that you need new distro, meaning you need something a little bit better here for your business. And the guy's like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And now he's just flipping out about it. Because with all of these meltdowns, like the constant crashing out from this guy, it doesn't sound like things are just going swimmingly. It doesn't sound like this is like a very great, healthy endeavor for him. So this dude is just saying like, maybe something needs to change here. And he's just going ballistic about it.
All right, chat, lock in. We got Prizzy up on the screen. Yeah, not losing money for you guys. Y'all don't even fucking care about me, so fuck that. Y'all don't give a shit about me. The fuck am I going to give you a deal for, bro? If you did, you would cover the difference. You know that you know what you got to do. That's actually sickening, bro. I'm not even a cat, bro. Thank you, Teddy. Teddy's a fucking G, bro. That's why.
He finally gets out of the wambulance here and does a pack sale, which someone named Teddy wins. He gets absolute trash in it and then still tips $10, I think. I'm still a little confused on exactly how Whatnot works. So I think he paid the money for the pack, and then after it got ripped, he saw that he got actual nothing, and then still tipped this guy $10 for the service of fucking him in the face. That is pathetic. Especially after this man's rambling and ranting about his, like, fucking bleeding heart routine, play the sad violin for all the money he doesn't make through scalping Pokemon packs. This guy still tips him. He lets this guy guilt trip him to give him more money. That's crazy to me. He even unapologetically says that they don't care about him. Oh my god. And that it's sickening that they don't care about him or whatever. Like, I just can't imagine buying a pack from this guy. Like, even if he's not scamming, and even if he's giving, like, a great price, spoiler alert, he's really not. But even if he was, his attitude, I couldn't imagine doing business with him. Anyway, though, I won't bother showing other crash outs. They're all pretty similar to these two here. So, that's really about it. So, yeah. You think I'm unshowered and greasy, don't you? You should be ashamed of yourself. That's pathetic. This is called acting. I am simply playing a character that is a slimy, greasy caveman. It's method acting, you swine. You wouldn't know anything of it, would you? With your ignorance out of the way and this myth fully busted and debunked, I'd like to proceed with the video topic, if you don't mind. Which is, of course, more Pokemon card thieves.
I literally caught somebody in 4K stealing a Charizard from my booth at a card show. So let's do a play-by-play. The card in question is a 25th anniversary celebrations Charizard. Let's start out by actually locating the card.
I don't even know how many videos I have at this point covering Pokemon card thieves. This has to be one of the most commonly stolen items. Like, what else would even be close? Phones? Maybe? Like, perhaps? But I don't even know, because phones, like, nowadays are, like, often locked down, and people know that if you just steal a display phone, you can't do shit with it. You can maybe shove it up your ass, and that's about it. So, like, I can't even think of something else that'd be as stolen, that would be stolen as frequently as Pokemon cards have been over the last year. Because there's at least, like, 5 or 6 robberies a week that we know of with video evidence of people stealing Pokemon cards.
And here we can see one of the guys at the show pick it up to have a look at it. We can see him put the Charizard card right down at the front of my table. It's in the danger zone. And now moments later, let me introduce you to Jamie. Now between the face tat and the high vis, bro's not helping himself go incognito on this one. We see Jamie walk past the Charizard card and quite clearly lock eyes with it.
I saw a lot of super sleuths in the comments debating whether or not that first guy was in on this. And I will admit, it is odd that he would pick up the Charizard and then put it so far away from the place that he got it from. And especially at a card show, most people there probably are somewhat knowledgeable on cards. He would definitely know that putting a card on the edge of the table there, that's like chumming the waters around sharks. That is a disaster waiting to happen. Like, I feel like there is merit to the idea that he could have known this guy and this was like a planned thing, but the uploader shoots that theory down by mentioning that he actually knows that first guy personally and he was interested in buying that card. The reason he had to step away was because something outside of that needed his tending to, so he left to go do that and then came back to buy the card, and it was gone. And he said at no point did those two ever interact or anything, so I would take his word that the first guy probably wasn't in on it. Plus, I also feel like with the way that the card got stolen, this probably wasn't a multi-person operation. This guy right here wearing like the most obvious attire, like he literally is wearing a fucking Fortnite skin to stand out in front of as many people as possible. He is literally wearing accoutrements that are designed so you can see them in the dark. He is actually, it's like he's putting up a whole beacon, like he's giving everyone a fucking UAV so they can constantly find him in the crowd. And he is going to steal this card in the most Neanderthalic way possible. He just grabs it.
And with shaky hands, he even goes in for a little cheeky touch. Now with phone in the left hand at the ready, it's incredible how quickly he's locked in on swiping this thing. Try and act a little nonchalant, has a little gander in the case, and then looks straight back at me to see whether I'm at all paying attention. What? I'm not. My camera definitely is. And here we can see that Jamie spec'd all of his skill points into stealth and thievery, because look at this cheeky maneuver. Bang, and the card is gone. Angled it perfectly so we can see it on the bottom of his phone right here.
That's about as simple as it gets right there. I just don't believe the first guy was in on it here. I don't think this was premeditated and planned. It's clearly not some Ocean's 11 style heist. This guy just sees the card at the edge of the table. He like caresses it once or twice, honks on it like a pair of boobies, and then he puts his phone on top of it and grabs it. And that's it. And you can clearly see that he grabs the card, it even flashes the camera.
Now, Jamie's misplayed this a lot, as his mum, or I don't know, I'm just assuming, it could be his partner, has looked over at the exact right time. I don't know, I'm pretty good at lip reading, and I'm pretty sure she says, "Yeah man, you should subscribe to the channel."
He makes fun of this lady at the end here and makes a joke out of it, assuming that she knows what just happened. I'm not convinced she does. Like, her turning around and then seeing this guy, I don't think immediately would raise red flags that she must have known he stole that Pokemon card, because he does have the Pokemon card under his phone. We as the viewers can clearly recognize that the card has just been stolen. He's not a good thief by any means. He's like the fucking wet bandits if they went around banging trash cans together to make as much noise as possible during burglaries. Like, he is bad at it, sure, but to someone that's on that side where she is, from that angle, how the fuck would she see that card? How would she know? Unless she has Superman's X-ray vision, there's no way she's going to notice that he just stole a Pokemon card under that phone. Unless, you know, she's his mom and just expects her son to... Hold on, I'm ripping a fart. I had to rip some ass right there. And just expecting her son to be stealing Pokemon cards. Which I guess is possible. Like, yeah, there's a chance she knew. And she does say something that seems to be targeted towards this guy. But I don't know what it is, and I just find it hard to believe that somehow she saw that happen. Because it looks like she was looking in the other direction when he made his big move there. Anyway, though, I want to show you another Pokemon thief. This is the hot spot for stealing Pokemon cards. I have seen so many clips now of people just going into card shops and just not even trying to hide it, just stealing cards and walking out. There have been so many videos like this, but this one's the newest that I've seen, so I figured might as well show this. This guy, with no shame at all, he's looking at cards right now. He's got his phone out, and I guess maybe trying to price check it or something. And then he just makes his move. His move being a bumbling oaf that just puts the cards in his pocket and instantly gets caught.
Hello. You want to price those? All right. Well, thank you. Bye bye. See you soon. Yep.
Anything else? Can you empty out your pockets for me?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's it.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just go ahead and... Okay, thank you. I'm not going to put you on blast, but I don't ever want you to come back.
Yes.
This guy just stole Pokemon cards while wearing his company shirt. He is literally wearing his job uniform while doing this. Like, again, the shamelessness of stealing Pokemon cards here is shocking. Like, these aren't even people that are trying to be stealthy about it. Like, all he does is he puts the cards in his pocket. Then he instantly gets caught doing it because it's just so clear. Plus, he asked to see those cards. Did he just think that these are NPCs in a video game who just fucking forgot that they did that? Like, oh, it's been 15 seconds. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Must have been the wind. Like, what? How did he think he would possibly get away with that? When he puts the cards back, they're going to notice that it's missing a few. The natural conclusion would be like, oh, where'd those cards go? It must have been the wind. Fucking fell to the back rooms, I guess. It's craziness. Like, even if they didn't catch him in the act, when he went and slapped the cards down, I'm sure the workers would have been like, where are the other cards? And then what? Was he planning to, like, run away? But she happened to see it happen, has the camera pulled up, and he instantly is like, yep, nope, caught me. You did a good job. You'll always remember this as the day you caught Captain Jack Sparrow. It's craziness. Like, and this isn't even, like, the most egregious one. I've seen videos of people just reaching over the counter while the worker turns around briefly to just steal cards out of the display, and then they stand there. And then obviously the worker's going to notice that it's missing cards in the fucking display. It is crazy how out of control stealing Pokemon cards is, and just how, like, blatant people are with it. Because I think they're just so confident that even if they get caught, there's no real repercussions. Because in cases like with the Charizard, I looked it up, near mint that card goes for like 140 bucks. I think people just feel really confident stealing this because they, A, don't expect people to pursue it very hard. B, even if they do, the police probably won't do very much about it because it's not, like, extremely expensive if they're just stealing a couple of cards here and there. And C, they think if they steal these, they can immediately turn around and sell it for a ton of money, which you can't. That is just, it's a terrible idea to even steal these in the first place to try and make money off that shit. It is so out of control. It is nuts. with not just Pokemon. Everything in the TCG space right now is just bonkers. Anyway, I just wanted to show you these two instances of stealing cards really poorly. That's about it. So yeah. Many of you might remember a couple years ago, Target announced they were going to stop selling Pokemon cards because grown men couldn't stop fighting each other in the parking lot over it, literally piling up corpses just to get their hands on the precious Pokemon product. Yeah, well, we haven't really evolved past that point. People are going to war for Pokemon cards at Costco right now. There's been a ton of footage that's come out about brawls, as well as a POV I want to show you real quick. It is sad. It is just downright pathetic, because it's not like these people actually want the Pokemon cards or anything. The majority of them are scalpers. I have no doubt a few of them are probably collectors that want it for themselves, or even maybe they have a kid that really is into Pokemon. But the vast majority, the ones that are making off like Scrooge McDuck here, hoarding all of the wealth of Pokemon, like 10 boxes deep, those are scalpers. They turn around and sell it for a huge premium markup online. The lowest of the low, super scum.
Oh shit.
It's like a swarm of mosquitoes fighting over a piece of corn and a pile of dog shit. They are going ballistic trying to get their hands on as many of these Pokemon boxes as they can possibly muster. You're watching the POV of a fucking loser. It's putting you right in the helm like a VR game in the position of a sad scalper. I don't know who this is, I just saw this video float around, but I'm gonna make an educated guess that based on the quantity of Pokemon boxes he's buying, he is most likely a scalper. But even if he's not, this is the behavior of a fucking clown. He gets in there and starts scrapping with people like he's trying to recover a fumble. He rips 2 boxes out of another dude's hands. It's like watching the zombies in Walking Dead after they got their hands on one of the main cast members and the horde gets around him and starts ripping their intestines out.
No. Oh, come on, I gotta take.
You gotta ask my boyfriend.
Here, one. Go ahead.
I gotta
One.
take one more for my. Come on, please.
This is probably the most exciting moment of this guy's life, scrambling to get Pokemon card boxes. You can hear him breathing heavy. If he had a heart rate monitor going, it'd be at like 210 BPM. He's treating this like he's in an actual battlefield, and hats off to him, he's quite the saint. He parts with one of his 10 or 11 boxes, whatever the fuck he's got in there. Man, he's so generous. And the guy he gives it to is like, one more please for my, and I'm sure he's gonna say like my kids or something, which I bet is a lie. He's probably also a scalper, but just wasn't able to jump on top of the Pokemon card display and get enough boxes, so now he's hoping for one more for a little payday online.
Yeah.
Can I get one more for my girlfriend?
I'm sorry, man.
Please,
I'm
just
sorry.
One. You have like 10 of them. You have more than 10.
I fought for it too, man.
Sorry, we also get it for our friends too.
Yeah.
The way he's walking around with that shopping cart is actually adorable. He's got his hand on it like he's guarding it, protecting the sacred treasure. This is very important cargo. It reminds me of being a little kid in the front seat and your parent stops quick and they stick their hand out in front of you to stop you from like going through the windshield or whatever. It's just that like parental instinct. He's doing that for fucking Pokemon cards. And you can hear his shit-eating smile when he tells the other guy that he fought for those boxes. He has never been so proud. The last time he fought was probably to get the wedgies out from his butt crack from bullies. And now, he just fought for something really meaningful. Yeah, fighting for your country is super cool and patriotic, but fighting for Pokemon cards? Nah, that's something real special. Again, I don't necessarily buy the sob story from the other guy who's like, come on, you've got so many, I need this for my kids, they're gonna starve without these Pokemon cards, it's all they've wanted for 2025, how can you do this and be so heartless? I think this is just another scalper. That's my best guess. But yeah, I'm sure all of you know this by now, I don't like scalpers. And this guy is not only a greedy asshole, He literally ripped it from another guy's hands. He stole it from the other dude's stash. Like, come on. Like, how can you be so shameless? Before getting into, like, what the product even is, which is something I went over on stream, I saw another POV from a scalper doing the same shit at a different Costco.
Oh! Go.
Hey, don't do that, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry, go. Go. Damn. Any more? No more?
There's one in the back, one in the back.
Yeah, give me.
This guy is winded after jogging a few feet. This is the most exercise he's ever gotten there. I thought he was going to pass out when he finally made it to the Pokemon card display over there. He gets there and he's winded, and then he slaps someone else's load of boxes so he get a better grip on his. And then they start, like, scavenging for morsels of Pokemon back there. They notice one fell to the back and he's like, "Give me it! It's mine! Give it to me!" In what has become a familiar scene, Pokemon fans are posting videos to social media showing mayhem at their local Costco stores as adults try to secure the 151 Blooming Waters Premium Collection. Releases on February 7th, but began appearing at Costco stores 2 weeks ago. Here was a scene at Costco in LA this morning. No running! This is a Pokemon product! Fucking just go! We're gonna die without it!
Oh my god.
Quick! They're just knocking over boxes. Pushing over shelves, imagine. Oh shit! God, it's like zombies in The Walking Dead looking to eat some intestines. At the same store, a brawl broke out. Where's the video?
It's gonna be a limit of 10, guys.
Limit of 10? How do you expect me to sell this on eBay at 10? Oh, that's about 10.
Is there a limit?
Cool. No, I have 6 kids at home, so I need 10 products. I'm not a scalper. I swear! It released for $60, but it's currently selling between $120 and $150 on the secondary market. If scalpers manage to grab 10 of them, that's then between $600 to $900. Huge. Let me see the brawl. I don't know why that video didn't load. Damn, look at this shit. It's like a hurricane blew through, except it's stronger. This is a force nature could never match. Pokemon scalpers. There were no survivors. Nintendo tried to release a Pokemon product. Everyone died. How does that even happen? Brother, I have no idea. They probably couldn't get a blooming premium pass sacred treasure cup turbo, whatever it is. I already forgot what the product is. And they got mad and crashed their electric scooter through the front door is what it looks like. Or they were fighting for product. They didn't get product, so then they started breaking the glass and taking the glass home as a souvenir. I couldn't tell you, man. I have no idea. Oh, here it is. This isn't really... I don't know if this is the one, but this doesn't seem like a brawl. Give me it! You have 2! I need one to sell on eBay! I love Pokemon! Oh, shit. Caught him with the people's elbow. How do you not feel shame? You know what I mean? It is very impressive. Like, buying things online is one thing if you just go, like, hysterical buying shit online. Like, you get wrapped up in the hype, I can see that. But to actually go there in person and be part of this crowd, how do you not go home and take a look in the mirror and be like, it's time for a change? You know, how does that not set in? People love a quick buck. Yeah, but it's not quick. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to, like, Pokemon products, like, this kind of shit, I guess I can't speak for this, but, like, you remember when Oreo had the Pokemon collab and they were selling Mew Oreos on, like, eBay for $200? Nobody bought them. Nobody bought them. That shit sat there forever until they took it down and ate it. Oh, wait, here. Here's another one. Yeah, another brawl. This shit turned Costco into fight clubs, man. Holy. Oh, wait, no. This was the same one, different angle. All of you know I'm pretty addicted to body cams right now, but what you don't know is my dopamine is very talented. I could juggle multiple addictions at once, so I have another vice that I've been scratching at the neck for. Pokemon cards, scalpers, and scammers, and just the pure degeneracy of the Pokemon card community. Every single day, there's like 10 or 15 videos that get posted showcasing a new scammer or scalper embarrassing themselves, or a new fight at Target over Pokemon cards, or a fight at a Pokemon vending machine, arguments out the wazoo. It never ends here. There are countless videos of people just waiting outside of every business ever in order to get there right when the doors fucking even show an iota of movement so they can charge the Pokemon vending machine and just clear that bitch out. It's like World War Z zombies. They climb over themselves to be the first in line to get the Pokemon product on restock. And what's crazy is sometimes I'll see the POV from someone who is clearly in the wrong, like this guy.
No, get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. You just bought something. I've been here. You just bought something. I've been here.
I love that statement. I've been here. Brother, it's been 45 seconds. He has also been here. Both of you waited till this store opened. You got in at the exact same time. It was just a photo finish to who got to the vending machine first. Now, the reason the other guy kind of came in there giving him like the fucking box out like he was about to get a rebound is because this guy just purchased a Pokemon product from the vending machine, and there are limits on them. At least there's supposed to be limits on them, but it's not always super effective. Clearly, there's ways around it. It's not like it fucking retina scans you and then locks you out or anything. There's no biometric scanner or anything like that. But there's historically been a problem where one or two people will go in and just completely clear out all of the product and they'll spend a few $1,000s and just get everything, leaving nothing left for anyone else. Like, these machines are always running emptier than my colon after Taco Bell. So they tried to combat that problem by implementing these limits where there's only a certain amount of purchases per person. I've read varying reports on what that number is, but in this video, it seems like it is one because he bought that one product and then had to go back in and restart the whole thing if he wanted another one. Whereas if there was a higher limit, he probably would have gotten more than one, would be my guess, as opposed to restart it. So I think the other guy is right that it is one per person. But now the other guy's temper is really flared up, so now he's just getting physical, putting the fucking hands on him, tweaking on his nipples, trying to get in there, so then he can start getting his product from it. And he was probably going to do the same thing. I have to imagine he wasn't going to be that trick-or-treater that only took one piece of candy from the bowl outside of the house. I bet he was also going to do the same shit of getting multiple boxes past the limit.
Dude, the fuck is your problem?
You did not just call me Jamie.
Jamie? Don't worry about it.
What now, Ray?
Fucking Fidel Castro.
Something and it says one per person. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Get out of here, bro. Whenever you bought something, it said sold out.
Go fuck yourself. I've been here.
What the fuck?
You get here earlier than me, bro.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Fuck
No,
you,
don't
dude.
let him buy that shit, bro. He's buying it right now.
Dude, I've been here.
Move your shit out of there, bro. Get your fucking shit out of there, bro.
The guy likes to splice clips in to enhance the meme nature of the video, I suppose. I don't really understand that, to be honest. But anyway, the guy's saying, since it said sold out, it's clear that there's one purchase per person. And he's like, well, I've been here, you're wrong. He just keeps saying, I've been here. I don't understand how that's a viable response. You both got there at the same time. You can literally see this guy in the reflection when the store opened behind him. And he's saying that the other guy gets there earlier than him. Not today, clearly. Now, I do think both of them are scalpers. I think there is very little chance that either one of them are just collectors or buying this for their kids or something like that. This is absolutely people, like the only people I ever really see interact with Pokemon vending machines in general online are people that are buying it to try and upsell it online to make a quick buck from it. Because there is just this craze, this hysteria around Pokemon in 2025 where so many people think that this is a viable career. So they have dumped everything into being the biggest fucking scumbags to collect every piece of product they can and scalp it. Like, there is less shame in sink pissing than there is in being a Pokemon scalper. It is so cringe.
Fuck you, dude. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, leave, bro. Get out of here. Come back. Bye, man.
Dude, call your manager, bro. I have literally a camera watching everything.
I just had 2 guys fighting me over Pokemon cards.
It's crazy.
One, 2 were well priced. 7.4 West Canada.
It really doesn't compute with me how you can be a grown-ass man and not break down into fucking tears of inconsolable sadness when you hear the security guard call up someone and say, just had 2 guys fighting over Pokemon, knowing he's talking about you and some other dweeb. Oh my god, just take a hard look in the mirror. That should have hit him like a fucking brick. That should have hit him like a master ball to his goddamn soul, that something has gone awry in his life to lead him down this path. Now, yes, the other guy was a huge douchebag, the guy in the Venusaur getup, the fucking Pokemon Green NPC. He was obviously a douchebag for getting physical about all of this, but he was also not in the wrong for getting angry at this guy for just blatantly going around the purchase limits on the Pokemon vending machine. Like, again, they are both in the wrong here, and that's kind of how almost all of these Pokemon scalper and scammer videos I keep seeing are. Like, there are never really any heroes in them, aside from just, like, a father or a kid who just wants the product and then just never gets the chance because of people like this.
This is my local store. I live right next to
Good. You act like we are all local. Hi. So this man ended up taking product when we were all waiting in line, and now he feels like he can cut everyone and take it, and we're all assed out.
This is the same guy from the previous clip, and he's once again just cruising the area for Pokemon cards, this time in a Target. I actually didn't realize Target started restocking Pokemon cards because I remember there was a huge hoopla a couple years ago after, like, brawls were breaking out over Pokemon cards, like in the parking lot, people getting hurt all the time, fighting each other, fucking literally coming for scalp over Pokemon cards, and Target took them away for a while. I didn't know they started doing it again, like in a big capacity. I thought it was still just limited stuff. But anyway, the lore breakdown, as I understand it, is there was a line that formed for the Pokemon products in Target, and this guy skipped ahead of the queue, cut in line to grab it ahead of everyone else. So now the guy filming has reported it to staff, saying that this guy cut in front of the line, and now his ass is out. Well, not quite. He used an expression saying, now we're all assed out. It's an expression I've never heard before. That's a combination of words that's new to me. It reminds me of when you're first learning curse words and you start combining and mix and matching things that don't quite check out. Lord damn it, it's a whole bitchin' out there. That kind of thing when you're just trying to get something across but trying to use some naughty words in there. I mean, being assed out, like, it sounds right, you know, like, who wants their ass out there in the open air, you know, all out in public and shit, so it makes sense in the context here. It's just a new one I haven't heard before.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not part of their little thing.
It doesn't matter. That's not fair. You can't take product from us.
They weren't there. I walked through. There was no line.
There was a line.
There was a line. There's been a line all day.
There wasn't a line when I was here.
There's been a line there.
All right. Whoa, sorry.
Do you see this shit?
He plays a Dora the Explorer clip there. It is very loud. I'm just cutting that part out. But now he's confronted. He immediately just folds on it. He's like, okay, all right, you caught me. Well, take this. Yeah. And then he frisbees it away. And while doing so, spills a whole drink on the floor. Well, I guess it wasn't the whole drink. It was just a large chunk of it from that giant fucking big gulp that he had in his paws. And I already know he didn't bother cleaning it up. He left that for the staff there, no doubt. It doesn't even look like he cleans himself up. It looks like he smells like 50 warthogs rolled around in eggs.
Ridiculous. Because it's a fucking weirdo. Yeah, a child.
In his attempt to have the last laugh, he throws the box like 10 feet and hits a customer that was checking out. And then you can see him in like the director's cut here. As he's leaving, he throws some more stuff on the ground before exiting the premises. So he didn't clean up after himself at all. He just left a mess there. It's just a destruction in his wake. It's just so embarrassing. The state of Pokemon cards right now is so sad. It's unreal how bad it's gotten. Like, and these are just 2 clips I saw today from one channel. Like I said, there's like 10 to 15 that pop up every single day. Not to mention the thousands of posts every single day with people trying to offload their inventory. Like, here's 100 Pokemon Center Prismatic ETBs for 27,000 clams. And then Whatnot, of course, has Pokemon Scalpers out the wazoo, scamming people on there just blatantly. Like, it is infiltrating everything from the Pokemon card community. I would not be surprised if there hasn't been a single actual family that has a Prismatic Evolution ETB or Prismatic Evolution box that they've gotten their hands on, because Scalpers have absolutely ruined that one in particular and are doing it to pretty much everything from the Pokemon cards in general. Like, if you want to start collecting Pokemon cards, it is not for the faint of heart. You need to go in there for like a Pokemon restock. You got to treat it like you're about to go into battle. Like, you need to show up with your wallet and then brass knuckles and a baseball bat, because you're going to be fighting people off you. It's going to be out of control. This is not a hobby for children anymore. Only greasy fucking goobers out here. That's it. That's all it seems to be for now. It is fucking pathetic. And I cannot stop watching these videos. That's really about it. So yeah. Last night on stream, I watched the trailer for the new Pokemon game coming out this year, Pokemon Legends ZA. And I wasn't super impressed with what was presented. I wasn't sugarcoating it or pulling any punches, and my criticism of it drew the ire of many Pokemon fans. And as tempers flared and milk spilt, juice boxes thrown to the floor in rage, unfortunately something tragic unfolded. I was excommunicado from the Pokemon fandom. They dubbed me not a fan of Pokemon any longer. Thus, it's not a game made for me, as I was just a hater. They cast me out from the Continental of the Pokemon fandom, which is so fucking stupid. I like how just expressing that these games could and should be much better is all of a sudden just blindly hating on it just to be a Scrooge. I'm going to go over my thoughts on the trailer and talk about the things I think could be improved, because from everything I've seen in the Pokemon Legends ZA extended look, it is a step backwards from the last Pokemon Legends, Arceus, which I was actually very positive and optimistic on. I hated Scarlet and Violet. I still hate Scarlet and Violet. There's no amount of revisionism there that can convince me that the game was actually good, because it wasn't. That shit was insulting, it was embarrassing. And I stand by that. I also hated Sword and Shield. That game should have been one of their biggest leaps with the Pokemon franchise, and instead it was its most watered down and most barren. Somehow, they go backwards pretty often. Game Freak, I've said for a while, is just extremely lazy. They have what I believe to be one of the easiest jobs in the world, where all they need to do is just copy and paste and fans will just clap for it most of the time. And yet somehow they'll still find ways to fuck that up, like with Sword and Shield, where they just get rid of like half of the roster. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. Point is, there are a lot of blunders here that to me make no sense, because Pokemon is the most lucrative property ever, like on the planet. So why aren't the games amazing? And why do the games oftentimes just feel exactly the same without any moving forward? Arceus was the first time in a long time I had actual optimism for Game Freak delivering a high-quality Pokemon experience. And back when I reviewed it, I actually caught a lot of shit for being so positive on it, because it did have flaws, but I thought all of the DNA and all of the groundwork laid a great foundation for what could be an amazing Pokemon formula going forward. And with Pokemon Legends ZA, I was expecting that to be improved upon, built upon, and be really impressive. But in this trailer, it feels like they just went backwards somehow, again, which they've done before. So I was pretty disappointed. Me critiquing these games and wanting them to be better doesn't mean that I just blindly hate Pokemon. I have been playing Pokemon games since the late 90s, well before the majority of you were even embarking on your zygotic adventure into this world in the first place. I am the furthest thing from just a blind Pokemon hater. I am just someone who wants the games to be as good as they could and absolutely should be. And I don't know why we have this extremely low standard. We're just doing the very bare minimum with this IP is all of a sudden serviceable and should be, you know, celebrated. Like, oh look, Game Freak did the same thing again. Yes! Anyway though, let me play you a clip from what I believe to be the laziest thing Game Freak has done ever from this trailer. And it's their wild zones.
To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive. To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball.
This, to me, is a massive step backwards because now you don't even just have exploration going to different zones and biomes to find Pokemon. Now, you just go into a city, go through a hologram, and you just see a couple Pokemon on the street. Like that one next to a car. What? Like, how can you possibly defend that? That is beyond lazy. So now you just have the same fucking copy and pasted JPEG buildings, and you'll just go through and then you'll see a couple Pokemon spawn, and that's it. You don't even have the exploration. Now, I'm sure the game won't just be Lumiose. At least, fingers crossed it won't. Fuck me in the face. Turns out I was wrong. It's set entirely within Lumiose City. Wow. That makes me significantly more disappointed here, how your interaction with Pokemon in this game is exclusively through these wild zones, it seems. That is mind-numbing. I really think that is terrible. In my opinion, sucks major ass. I would even go as far up the food chain as saying it sucks colonel and maybe even general ass. It's just... It is watering down one of the most core features of Pokemon, which is going around exploring, going to different regions of the map and finding different Pokemon there. Here, you just go through the city and just hit different wild zones that just put them in fucking parking spots like that Fletchling that was just posting up next to the car. Or there was another Pokemon, I couldn't quite tell what it was, that was just next to an umbrella. And one of the complaints I had in Pokemon Legends Arceus was you'd be exploring, and then there wouldn't be many Pokemon that you could see because the draw distance was really bad and they couldn't spawn a lot on the screen at any one time, so it felt a little empty. Well, here, it has that same problem, but now you don't even have the exploration. Now you just still have 2 Pokemon on screen, but they're just standing around in a really boring-looking city. It'd be a lot better if you could leave Lumiose, and I don't know, maybe you can, even though what I read says it takes place entirely in there, so it doesn't seem like you can. But it'd be better if you could and like go out into the world and this would just be like the hub that also had the wild zones. That would be a lot better. But it doesn't seem like that's the direction at all. So definitely not a fan of that, and I really don't know how you can mental gymnastics and explanation for how getting rid of exploration in different biomes in order to just strip it down to just a couple, I'm sure there's going to be tons of wild zones that are just, again, the city landscape with a couple of Pokemon sprinkled in there, just tiddlywinks of Pokemon placed around, is somehow better than the exploration elements. I think it is just a massive downgrade.
If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch.
I just don't see how that looks like an exciting change. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm on the stupid pills here, but fighting a Pokemon on a rooftop, cool one time, but not when all you have is battle a Pokemon on a rooftop or some streets or like an alleyway. That's lame. Like, I don't see that as a positive thing at all.
This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks.
Now, this was a big change that people thought was very hype. I am of the firm stance it's not that hype, I'm sorry to say. Yes, the introduction of being able to move during the battles is nice because you can dodge attacks, and it seems like it's not just traditional turn-based, even though I like turn-based. It is a change for sure, but I think I'm a little more lukewarm on it than most people seem to be. This isn't like call your grandma up just fucking, hyperventilating over how huge this is. To me, this is what I would have expected more of, because this is an extension of something Arceus introduced us to, dipping its toes in there with the boss fights. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, you might remember during the boss fights, you can move around during the actual encounter. You can dodge. Then you're fucking throwing tomatoes at it. You're not actually throwing tomatoes. But you yourself are engaging with the boss fight, and you're moving while doing so. And they took that mechanic, and they're introducing it to normal Pokemon battles, it seems, not just boss battles, which I think is a solid direction to go, and I imagine it'll probably feel like a good quality of life change, but it doesn't feel like a completely new combat system for Pokemon that Game Freak has really went into the lab, and they worked tirelessly night and day to reinvent Pokemon, combat from the ground up. The gameplay has totally changed. It just seems like it's a nice quality of life feature that they probably should have had a long, long time ago. And it does feel like a tweak from Legends Arceus, which I think is good. And I wish they had done more of it, but it feels like instead of like building on Arceus or tweaking things from Arceus, it was more like stepping back from what they were exploring there. And this, to me, is a good change, but not super new. Like, it doesn't beat the allegations of same freak just doing the same shit every time. It seems like they introduced something that will feel better, but I don't think it's going to be all that different or feel all that new. Now, in the trailer, you might have also noticed that the moves appear to go on cooldown. That's also different, and it's what I meant when I said that it doesn't feel like it doesn't seem like it goes like in a traditional turn-based system. But I don't know if that's necessarily even going to change it being pseudo turn-based, because unless I'm misremembering, I didn't see any battle that was presented there that had two moves on cooldown at the same time. So it feels like you can use a move, it'll go on cooldown, but then you'll have to use another move or wait for that one to come off cooldown. I don't think you can go like this move, then this move, and they both go on cooldown. At least I didn't see that in the trailer. So it feels like it'll probably still end up being somewhat turn-based, but I guess we'll have to wait to see more to see how that cooldown feature actually plays into all of this. And then another thing people were super excited for is they're bringing Mega Evolutions back. If you really liked Mega Evolutions, I'm sure you were probably, stars in your eyes, over the moon about that. But to me, again, it's not new and it's not pushing it forward. It's just bringing back something a lot of fans probably would like to see be brought back with Mega Evolutions. But to me, again, this is still not like a massive leap for Pokemon games. To me, it feels like a step back from what Arceus was trying to push. And me saying that on stream, people were not super pleased with. But I just really think it's kind of inarguable. There's still no voice acting, which I think is going to be a complaint we'll be having for the next 50 years. I think at this point it's just spite. I just feel like they're just doing it out of spite. We're not adding voice acting. We're not improving the visuals. We're not adding, more Pokemon on stream. We're not on screen. We're not improving draw distance. Suck our dick. Like, to me, it feels like it's just out of spite at this point. And I know people always point to hardware limitations, and yes, the Switch is very underpowered. Hopefully the Switch 2 fixes that. The specs that have released for the Switch 2 seem like it's going to be pretty powerful. But for the current Switch, yeah, it's barely more powerful than a calculator. But that doesn't mean that the games have to be like this. Look at Zelda. Look at Xenoblade. Like, come on. There is still so much you can squeeze out of a Switch that, for some reason, Game Freak doesn't for Pokemon. The most profitable franchise on the planet. Doesn't make sense to me. These games should be better. They could be better. People didn't like when I brought up this comparison, but I'm going to do it again. Power World has proven that this formula of creature catching has so much room for innovation, and that we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what's possible with this genre. And Pokemon is just really content just cruising, going through the motions on idle mode, doing less than the bare minimum in many circumstances with this property. So, yes, I know Power World and Pokemon, they don't play the same. They are very different games, but they do share very similar traits. And Power World did all of it better than Pokemon. Just, I think full stop, Power World did everything better and ate Pokemon's lunch. And I just really hope at some point Pokemon puts real effort into delivering a genuinely great game again. Because it's been a while. Arceus has been their best attempt. People disagree with me when I say that, but I really do believe that Arceus was their best attempt at trying new things and actually trying to deliver a new experience with Pokemon. And with what we've just seen with Pokemon ZA, I feel as though they have now just abandoned that and are just going back to cruise control. So, yes, I was not a huge fan of Pokemon Legends ZA extended look. Hopefully, as more comes out, maybe it looks better and better, and I'm looking like a real fool because the game's stunning. It's actually amazing with so many cool new things added to it. But from what I've seen right now, doesn't appear to be the case. That doesn't mean that I'm not a fan of Pokemon and just a hater of it or anything. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.